Speaking of Webb, someone who does a lot of great work on this, called Whitney Webb. Her stuff is very well worth reading.
Yeah, Whitney Webb, we're big fans of hers. She wrote for Mint Press News for a while, and now she's out with Last American Vagabond. And a lot of what I know about the Mega Group and Epstein is research that Ryan Dawson has done. Are you familiar with Ryan Dawson?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Ryan Dawson. Adam Green. I know you've been on Adam Green show.
Yeah. He does a lot of great work.
Yeah, Adam's a buddy of mine. He's out in California. So basically your conclusion with your book, The Trigger, and your research into 9/11, it's really a section of this cult here in America, that your PNAC neocon clique that was responsible for September 11th and covering it up.
Well, I mean, the point is this. The Jewish population of the world is 0.2%. Now, that will shock a lot of people who don't know that, because the coverage, you would think it would be much greater than that. It's actually 0.2%. The Jewish population of America is 2%. Then you take out of that all those people in the Jewish community, the great majority, who have no idea this cult exists or what's being done in their name. And that leaves a very, very, very few people to end up in extraordinary numbers of positions of power. The Google operation is owned by Sergey Brin and Larry Page, both Zionists. The Google YouTube is run by Susan Wojcicki, Zionist. Facebook is fronted up by Mark Zuckerberg, Zionist, and the chief operating officer, Sheryl Sandberg, Zionist. You saw the story with Twitter this week, whereby there's this row over fact-checking a Trump tweet about mail-in voting, and the head of site integrity was another Zionist. So then you look in all these other areas, and you look around Trump in that administration, and you look at the people that were controlling the White House and controlling the Pentagon in the run-up through and after 9/11, and they were invariably ultra-Zionists. You look at the people directly involved in 9/11 in the various areas, not least Larry Silverstein, who owned the World Trade Center. They are ultra-Zionists. He's a friend of Netanyahu. They used to speak on might still do, speak on the phone every Sunday. And you then look at the people who ran the investigation into what happened. People like Michael Chertoff, ultra Zionist, who was head of the criminal division of the Justice Department, and basically oversaw the whole lack of investigation. And what I do in the Trigger is simply look at all these different positions. Who ran the security at the World Trade Center, who controlled the computer systems of the White House, the Pentagon, and NORAD, the organization that's supposed to react to hijackings. And you put it all together, and it's patently obvious that 19 Arab hijackers who couldn't fly one-engine Cessnas very well, no way did what they were supposed to do. It was a Sabbatean Frankist cult operation. That's where it came from. And as I mentioned, there's a chapter in the book called The Atlantic Crossing, where I talk about how this Sabbatean Frankist cult moved in on America. Well, it did, and it's the core of the CIA. It's the core of the National Security Agency. It's the core of the FBI. It's the core of what has become known now as the deep state in America. And if you look at Trump is owned by Israel. And if he's owned by Israel, he's owned by the Sabbatean Frankist cult. This is why ever since Trump came to power, he's given Israel everything it wanted. The only thing he's not given them yet is a full-out war with Iran, because it would be suicide to his chances of winning the next election if he did that. Having said that, he was going to oppose all that when he got elected the first time. Now, who becomes the next president? Whether Trump gets a second term. Well, if it's a second term presidents are very dangerous because they haven't got another election to win. They don't have to keep people sweet anymore. And if you look at the alternative currently, which is Joe Biden in the Democrats, he's obviously got serious cognitive problems, and he is going to be absolutely, perhaps in all American history, if he became president, the most obvious empty shell, where the people around him are calling all the shots. And if Biden gets in, then all the agendas of woke will be like a tidal wave coming in through him. And the reason that that woke can't express itself in the same way through Trump